Good Monday morning, Michael Clark here with BAM Weather with your latest forecast update. We're going to take a look at the weather pattern here for the week ahead and kind of look at, is there going to be the potential for more rain, less rain, warmer, colder? Are you going to be able to get out, get field work done? What's going on? We're going to talk about that. Would love that if the video today brings you any help, any value, that you share it with a friend, post it to a timeline, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's Monday, April 21st. A little after 9 a.m. Eastern time. Let's get into the latest here and take a look at radar this morning. This is a look at radar as we see the activity here kind of moving across the eastern portion of the country, Ohio Valley. We had some rain move through, some heavy rain move through this weekend. We dodged, I think, a big severe weather risk here across portions of Missouri. We did get some damaging winds. More in the way of heavy rain is what we dealt with. Check out this storm wrapping up into the Great Lakes and bringing snow and wind and under the backside of this. But we had a lot of rain this weekend. Again, you go here to the Clarity platform, you can look at the observed rainfall total. We'll just look at the last 7 days. We can kind of interrogate where rain has fallen. Look at just west and northwest here of the Fort Worth, Dallas area in Texas. 8 to 9 inches of rain. East of Oklahoma City, near Tulsa, 5-6 inches of rain. Look at this. This is crazy. Western Missouri, pockets of 7 to 8 inches of rain here in the last just 7 days. Just remarkable. In fact, going to satellite mode, you can zoom down into interrogating, field level type rainfall data. And again, some of these fields out here in 7 days have seen over 7 inches of rain. All right, so this is a product of Clarity. You can go and get observed totals anywhere, click unlimitedly, and look at all that stuff. So we've had our fair share of rainfall this weekend for sure. What's interesting is we still have some areas that need more rain. Now, this is the soil moisture percentile index. This is the NASA Sport List tool. You see a lot in the agricultural space there on socials. And we put it on our platform updates every day. It's more of a rapid looking update versus the long-term drought monitor stuff. Interesting to note, this area here piques my interest a little bit, where it's gotten a little bit drier. The soils are a little bit drier here. So I want you to kind of keep an eye on this area here a little bit going forward, perhaps. It's drying out, getting some work, being able to get out into the fields, possibly get some work done. We'll talk about that. This area here, obviously in dire need of rainfall. Lucky enough for them, I think it's coming. We're going to talk about that here in just a second. But obviously where we don't need rain is here where it's fallen. This hasn't updated as of today, so this is going to be even in probably a little bit of a worse situation for where rain is really needed. And again, when we look at that observed rainfall, you've gotten some rain in here across north central Illinois, but northern Indiana, northwest Ohio, southern Michigan, northern Illinois need some rain probably. Okay, let's take a look here at the going forward, and we look at the future here. And I want to just kind of look at our agricultural product because this is the anomaly forecast for heat units, growing degree units. And we're going to see a warm up and a little bit of a drier pattern here in the east. It may turn wet again next week. We'll talk about that in a second. But 50 to 60 units above normal the next 10 days. So we're going to start adding some heat units in here. Things are going to start growing. Growing degree units is what we call them. A little bit above normal here, even in the central plains, but still running a little bit below out there in the Dakotas and the northwestern third. Okay. Rainfall departures from the start of the month through the 20th. And here across central North Dakota, you've actually had a little bit of above normal rainfall activity. You can see the stark differences, though, in the central plains and the south across the Ohio Valley into the Arklatex regions there. They don't need rain, right? You need rain in the central plains. Month-to-date temperature departures, really normal for a large chunk of the ag belt. Eastern belt, a degree or two below normal. We've had some chilly mornings for sure, but we're also going to work in some warmer days here to end. The month's going to end much warmer. So we're going to start warming it up a little bit, okay? Let's take a look at the GFS model and its take on rainfall this week. Okay, this is the overnight run using the synoptic weather product. We're going to start here with just getting into a relatively uneventful Monday and into Tuesday. Not much going on, maybe a wave of action here in the North Plains Monday night into Tuesday morning. Okay, you can see that there across Iowa and Minnesota. Getting into Tuesday. All right, this is throughout the day Tuesday. Not much going on, maybe some scattered thunderstorm activity, pop-ups there, eastern Iowa, northern Illinois. heavier rain threat down there across north central Texas, Panhandle of Texas there. Let's get into Wednesday. And this is Wednesday throughout the day. You can start to see thunderstorm activity would want to start to develop here across portions of the Central Plains. Iowa, Nebraska. One thing I love about Synoptic, we can draw on this if we'd like, but there's a little bit of a rain threat developing here as you get throughout the day on Wednesday. And this again, will probably be scattered in nature, but nonetheless, it'll be there. As we continue to go forward, Thursday, okay, more just scattered rain and thunderstorm activity. And here's the thing, it's going to be in places where it is not needed, right? We do not need the rainfall in here. Unfortunately, there is going to be more rain in the forecast here Thursday, late week. It will move east into the eastern belt. Now, there will be the potential for some rain here Thursday night into Friday. Wake up Friday morning. We do have some rain and possibly scattered thunderstorm activity going on across the Ohio Valley, okay? And that will add to some of the rain needed. But no, there's some rain suggestions here, all right? They need rain up in here, all right? Thursday into Friday, so we'll watch that. Okay, and then as we go forward, we're going to watch the next system. I'm going to keep it inside of 7 days, but you can see more suggestions of plentiful rains down there here in the Central Plains, a couple of them, and a bigger system that may even work its way into the area here Sunday into Monday. We'll kind of watch that going forward. So let's take a look at rainfall totals here out through next Monday. All right, this is a look at the overnight GFS run. And this area in here, obviously, you don't need rain, but unfortunately, the GFS is trying to put more of it in here over the next 7 days, unfortunately. Again, I do think we need some moisture in here. The GFS offers up some of it, but note there's some holes. There's some holes in the action with lower rain totals. I'm going to watch that. But these folks here, I'm going to cut Iowa in half and go right in through here. You all need the rain, and if I take it out here just through 10 days, you can see what's happening. A couple of things are happening. You're adding some rain to this, but gosh, guys, this is just not good. This is not a good forecast. In fact, if we go down here, zoom in, this is a 10-day rain forecast of additional 9 inches of rain. I would start to up the ante here and getting concerned with insurance, thinking about your crop. This is just, you've already had 7 inches of rain. You could possibly add 6 to 10 inches more of rain. That's the GFS. All right. That is the GFS model. I will show you the European. This is the evening run of the European out to the same time. Sorry, that's the GFS. There's the European. The European is not nearly as aggressive here. And here's the thing. It's quite a bit different, which is where I raise some flags. European GFS. All right. And again, that's the 0Z. Look at the 6Z. Look at the differences here. So here's what I wanted to do. I kind of wanted to go and take a different route here and go to the AI portion of this over the next 15 days. If I had to say, okay, I have concerns about areas down in here for sure for excessive rain. Remember I talked about it being a little bit drier here. I have concerns that it could get drier. Now this is going to allow for folks to get out and get planting then. That's going to be great. And you need moisture in here. So we're kind of watching 3 different things. You're going to get needed rains, yes. I'm nervous there could be too much rain in here. And you're going to be able to get some planting done, but it may kind of start to get a little drier here as the temperatures warm up. Okay, this is 15 days precip from normal using the AI data from the European model. Again, that's dry. It's dry. Temperatures the next 7 days, they're going to run above normal. Warm for the majority of the belt. And then getting into week 2, they are warm for the majority of the eastern U.S. as well. Some similarities of May of 2012 in there, I will say. Here's a look at the next 4 weeks precip real quick using the CFS weekly. Again, week 1, it's aggressive. It's aggressive in here. Model data is it's back and forth. The model data is not all on the same page. The general takeaway, if you want my opinion on this, is wet and active on the western part of the ag belt. Still some rain, but drier and warmer east. That's the takeaway for week 1 right now. Week 2, It may get wet again in the east. More rainfall. Week 3, drier into the east, more activity west. Week 4, drier and more activity further west, drier in the central into the east. Here's the thing. This is what I'm worried about. It's possible in May as we progress that this area here just starts to turn very warm and drier. Okay? East, if we had to kind of cut this in half, which I know that this is hard to do, but if I had to think about May right now, if I just zoom this back out, this is just current radar. I'll turn on, I'm going to turn on the agricultural soil moisture index for you real quick. If I had to talk about areas where I was concerned with for the month of May, it would be, right now, I would be concerned about a rapid, drier, warmer forecast developing in here. Okay? And then I would be concerned about precipitation, severe weather episodes, or more precipitation further west for the month of May. So warmer, drier here. Okay? More activity and maybe not as warm and dry here. That's kind of the trend or the thought process for May right now, potentially, looking at some of the data. So we'll continue to keep you posted. We'll continue to keep watching this. Wanted to give you kind of an idea of what to expect going forward for the week and a little bit beyond that. We'll have a really good long-range update this week, too, to dive more into the details into May and June. As we do have updated summer forecast products, I will give you a hint. I'll show you real quick here on the Clarity platform. This is the updated summer precip forecast and the updated corn yield forecast. 178 right now, which is 5 points below trend right now. And we are 51 on soybeans, which is almost 2 points below there for the yield. That's the idea for precipitation right now for summer. This is the idea for temperatures for summer. We'll keep you posted. Again, subscribe to the channel. Plenty more to come. Have a great week and good luck out there.